Okay, g'day everybody. I hope we're all doing great. So today I want to talk about manipulation. Now, manipulation, it's used almost every day by a multitude of people. And it's something I really despise. I've been on the receiving end of it in the past. And manipulation is like assumptions. Now, you might think, hang on, how's that? But because people make assumptions about somebody, the person will then be manipulated. So say I go and say something about, okay, who can I think? My best friend. And someone comes through and they say, oh, you know what Melissa said? They said this about you. Now, what they'll do is they will actually make it bigger than what it really is. This has happened in the past. So then assumptions all start. Manipulation, it's used when people, they want to control people or they've got ulterior motives. Again, for control. Now, you've got different types of manipulation. You've got physical, you've got emotional, you've got financial. Financial is another type of domestic violence where it really gets to me. But like, I just get tired of people going out and manipulating other people because they think, oh, this person should be doing whatever they want. Like, I'm transgender and I get people trying to manipulate me to do what other people want instead of letting me live my life my way. Hey, if I could be normal, whatever that is, it would be. And I've known since I was 4 years old in 1970, I was not a male. But yet people say I was too young to know. You know what? I knew. I knew. I knew before I started school there was something wrong with me. But people manipulated me to do all the male stuff, despite how I was feeling, which resulted in a lot of bullying growing up. I wanted to be a journalist when I grew up. No. Could I be a journalist? No. It's because others came in and they manipulated me to do what they wanted. Thankfully, I've never been manipulated so far in my life into criminal activities. Um, but I just get so annoyed with people when they just got to go in there and they've got to manipulate others because for whatever reasons. There's a multitude of reasons why people manipulate. Have we said that? Sorry. Um, like it just really annoys me. Um, I've had people who have made assumptions about me and then manipulated people away from me, told lies about me, which is another form of manipulation. You might think, hang on, no, that's right. It is right. Just do some research on it. It is correct. Um, and lying by omission. It's meaning sort of like if you've got something, you've got information, but you don't want to pass it on to the person. That's information the person needs. That's lying by omission. Like there are so many people in the world these days. It is just such a messed up world. And the same thing is people are saying about transgender children, they're being manipulated by their schools. You know what? It may happen. I actually don't know the figures. I don't know what the facts are. But for me, no one manipulated me or coerced me or indoctrinated me. I was manipulated, coerced, and indoctrinated to be a boy, despite how I was feeling. Now, growing up for me, in 1970, we didn't have information at our fingertips. The information we had at our fingertips was in the library. You'd go to the library. I was watched. I could not go and do research. Um, there are things I'm going to keep personal regarding what happened when I was growing up. Um, but like even if I could have understood the library, I could have understood what I was doing. Um, I wouldn't have known what I was looking for. Because hey, you go to the library, you want to look for a book, sort of like, why am I different? Librarian would just sort of sit and tell like, what? Because that's what it was. But in those days, information was it was in it was very limited as to what you're provided. People were just, they were not, we, like people are going through and they're saying about the way things are today. The reason why there's a lot more transgender children or LGBT is because they've got the information at their fingertips. They're knowing at a younger age, they're getting answers as to who they are. People saying it's indoctrination and all that. No, it's because of the internet. People can go on there and see the, oh, hang on, that person's, oh, yeah. Like in 1974, I think it was, my mother and I were watching a TV program about a transsexual woman. Don't quote me on this, but I think it was a very famous person. Um, and watching that particular program, it made me realise who I was. But I was too scared. My mother told me to go and talk to my father. I was too scared because my father would have beat me black and blue to the point that I would have died. Or he would have still grabbed me and told me to go and do my chores. He scared me. He was a very manipulative person. He manipulated my mother. He manipulated me, manipulated my sister. And yeah, others around him. There are things I've never revealed about him because I'm not sure whether 100% whether they're true or not. But most males do manipulate the females and the offspring and those in the family because they're the head of the family. You've got to do what they say. You know what? That's wrong. A marriage is an equal partnership. That means both people have a say in what happens in the house, how you dress. My father, I remember this one day, we were going out to the club on a Saturday. We used to go to things I loved. And just before we were about to leave, my father had to go at mum because of the way she was dressed. Now, she was dressed for her comfort. No, he didn't like it. He manipulated her to go and change. And she was uncomfortable the entire afternoon. Now, we're in the club, the air conditioning was always cold. So even I would dress. Now, Dad never had to go at me about the way I was dressed. And God forbid we couldn't have a go at him about he was dressed. But I could see Mum was cold. And I went to offer Mum my jacket, and Dad said, no, she's okay. Now, that really annoyed me. It really annoyed me. My mother at the time should have just said, I've had enough of you, I'm going. And I would have walked out with her. I would have gone home with her and had the door locks changed because I was really upset about that day. And other people could see the same thing as well. And I'm not sure we went back again or if we were sporadic on going in there. But that was my Saturdays that I used to enjoy. But this is the way he was. The same thing is when we're going to buy a business. We had the option of buying it in Mum's hometown. Great, fantastic. The only issue was accommodation. Mum's mother offered for us to stay with her until we got ourselves settled. Because of that, Dad said, no, we're going to go and buy this. We went somewhere where it was 2 hours away from the nearest town. We were basically living in a small village. And like there was nothing. There was nothing. Or I work 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. All except for the day I drive back down to the big town to hand in my dole form so I could receive my dole check, which was good because it gave me the day after that. But I was actually going because Dad would manipulate me to go and talk to suppliers. Might pick up some stuff that we were running low on. They might make it until the following week. So I basically didn't have the chance to go down and enjoy myself. No, and I had to ring him every hour just to check in with him, which I felt was totally wrong. Manipulation is another type of control. So just want to say to everybody here, and if there's anybody that's in any sort of manipulative relationship or friendship or whatever sort of thing, you know what? There's ways to get out. There are ways. No one should be manipulated. I don't care what the situation is. Jobs, personal life, or anything. My advice is, if you're being manipulated by anybody, get out or seek advice. Contact a counselling service. Counsellors are there to advise or to guide us, and they are fantastic. I've had to actually cancel mine soon because I'm about to lose my voice. I'm lucky my voice is actually working today, thanks to the wild weather we've been having in Victoria, Australia over the last few days. But this is all I want to say to you all. So thank you for all this. And you know what? I'd appreciate some more subscribers. So it costs nothing. So click on the subscriber button and have a look at all the rest of my videos, because I would like to reach 59,000 subscribers by the end of 2024. It would be fantastic if I can, because I'm 59. I'd like to reach 59,000 more subscribers. So anyway, thank you very much, and I'll talk to you soon.